In a traditional Latin neighborhood in San Diego, California, the colors speak of pride and the social struggle. In this classroom in a local school, the struggle is turned into hope. These young immigrants are finalizing what could be considered as the most important application of their lives. A program announced in June by President Barack Obama allows those who enter the country legally as children to stay and work without fear of deportation for at least 2 years. But for Alejandra, who came from Mexico when she was 9 years old, her own temporary legalization is only the first step in a much harder fight to change the immigration status of her parents and so many others who were not benefited by the decision.
We have been dehumanized so much as people who migrate, as people who cross borders. You know, they've called us illegals, they've called us aliens, they've called us dirty, they've taken everything, they've ripped our humanity out of us. For me, it is creating a space for my mom and my brothers to come in and claim back that humanity that they've lost, because this is all they hear about themselves.
Mexican Delmi del Carmen is one of millions of undocumented immigrants who will not benefit from the program. In July, she was arrested for selling soft drinks in the streets without a license, an infraction that would have normally resulted in a slap on the wrist. But since the local police are required to pass on her details to immigration authorities, she could end up having to leave the country she has called home for a decade.
We go to these places to sell things to earn an honest living, without harming anyone. But the authorities think what I did was very serious.
The record level of deportations is the sour side of the relationship between the Obama administration and immigrant communities in the United States. Human rights organizations say that they have weakened the trust that these communities place in the same police that are supposed to make them feel safer. Some say the deportations have also eroded the enthusiasm that the immigrants felt towards Obama 4 years ago.
Yeah, it's not the same energy. It's not like people are voting for the lesser of, the lesser of all evils. Not for the ones they would love to vote for.
With Hispanic voters being the fastest growing segment of the electorate in the United States, one would have thought immigration would be one of the hot topics of the campaign. But it has been eclipsed by other issues like the economic crisis and unemployment. Now the lives of around 12 million illegal immigrants will lie in the hands of the next president of the United States. Pablo Showa, BBC News, California.